Hi, my name is Mike Moffett. I live in Minnesota in the summer and Florida in the winter. I do a lot of traveling. A few days before making this recording, I got back from 10 days of floating down the Kennebec River in Alaska with some friends, where our closest neighbors were grizzly bears, and they were close. I can do all this because I earn a decent living on the internet. I'm going to tell you why most people who try and do the same thing as me fail miserably. I won't be pulling any punches. When you're finished with this video, you'll understand what I mean. Sometimes the truth is tough, but the truth is what you need to hear, and it's all you'll hear from me. So let's get started. Question: would you gladly tell your boss to shove it if you could work for yourself from home? The majority of people asked that question responded with a resounding yes. Not necessarily because they hated their boss, although that was a big reason, but just that the everyday 9-to-5 grind was getting really hard to take. Question: do you think you could earn a full-time income doing some kind of work online? Well, the majority of people asked that question were about 50-50 in their response. Half said yes, half said no. Question: what percentage of people who try and earn a living online actually succeed? Well, most people guess about 20%, and I'm thinking that's because of the old 80-20 rule. But even though there are no real concrete statistics, the best guess is somewhere between 3 and 5%. Now, in all fairness, this number could be skewed a bit because many successful online entrepreneurs remain anonymous, even to their families. Why? Well, an extreme example would be, say, a porn site owner. Not the kind of thing you'd want getting around at your 8-year-old soccer game, right? More often, though, it's the person who doesn't want anyone else knowing how well they're doing so they can avoid more competition in their chosen niche. And the last question: are you still here after finding out only 3 to 5% succeed? Well, if you are here, that's good, because you have in essence passed the first test and the number one reason most people fail online. And that is, most people quit trying way too soon. People go through 12 to 20 years of school to learn enough to get a good job, and they still end up with something they really don't like. But they expect to learn how to make a living online in 30 days, sometimes in 1 day, and quit when the money doesn't start pouring in. In truth, it takes much less time and education to earn a good living online than it would for an offline job, but it'll take at least 6 months to a year of part-time commitment to make that happen. The number 2 reason: there's just too many choices. There are literally hundreds, probably thousands of different ways people are making a good income working online, and when you start out, you want to try all of them. The net result is that you don't choose one niche and work hard at making it work for you. You try something for a while and then get caught up with the next bright shiny object that comes along, over and over until you exhaust your time and your money and you quit. Most internet marketers do this, myself included. The lucky ones wake up one morning and decide to stop. They pick one method and they stick to it until it starts working for them. The number 3 reason: most people pick the wrong education. Even though we know that it's ridiculous to think we could be making $12,322.34 in 30 days after we start by buying a $47 program on ClickBank, deep down that get-rich-quick response kicks in. You know, the same one that keeps us buying lottery tickets and pull tabs. And to compound the matter, a lot of these programs are sold really well, where it's really hard not to believe they'll work. You just have to think, my brain is fooling me because who gives away a program that'll make me rich for $47? So we buy a few of these, again the latest bright shining objects, and then we give up because they just don't work. Number 4 reason: people have a built-in aversion to selling. Unless you work for the government, your job depends on someone selling something to somebody. Maybe you're not the person selling that something, but you damn well rely on that person for your paycheck regardless. We sell every day when we go out to eat, where we go on vacation, what movies we want to see, but for some reason most people think selling is somehow dirty. They think that salespeople are pushy, shady, and will make us buy stuff we really don't want. Well, there are lots of salespeople that are pushy and shady, but no one can make me buy stuff I don't want. And there are lots of salespeople that are really great. There's the plumber you like, the realtor who did a great job for you, the wait person at your last restaurant that talked you into that great steak. Online marketing is all about selling, and you not only have to learn how to do it successfully, but you have to learn how to do it without physical contact with your customer. Pushy stuff does not work here. There is lots of materials available to help you learn, but you have to get rid of that negative attitude about salespeople, because if you don't, your mind will find ways to undermine your efforts. Number 5, the most people aren't desperate enough to stick with it. You've got a job. Your budget's tight, but you get some luxuries. You're busy with your life. Sure, you're hater, you're bored with your job, and you don't really want to do it forever, but there's always tomorrow, or next week, or next year, or when the kids grow up, or after you're married, or once you move. You're not desperate enough to make a change, and without internal motivation, the status quo usually wins out. If you're not willing to devote a minimum of 7 to 10 hours a week to learning a new income, come hell or high water, you might as well give up this dream right now. So, have I scared you off yet? Listen, working online from home, or from anywhere for that matter, with a laptop and an internet connection can't be beat. The freedom you have is unlike anything you've ever imagined, but it's not for everyone. If you think it might be for you, and you want to learn more, sign up below for my weekly reports on what's working for me. I'll be sharing with you both written and video reports each week on the latest techniques and products I'm adding to my online arsenal, as well as the tried and true oldies that have worked for many onliners for years and years. There should be something you can sink your teeth into and call your own. Hey, this is Mike Moffat. Thanks for listening. If you're interested, sign up below.